Hey everybody. So now I'm just gonna do a quick video kind of about cutting stuff. I got a banana here. This is a fairly easy example of how to do some different kinds of cuts. So for cutting in general, I mean, you probably saw your grandma, cutting however which way you want. I guess it all starts with your knife. I mean, choose a knife length. I think this is about I believe this is a 7-inch knife. Choose a knife length that's comfortable for you. I mean, obviously the longer it is, I think I have, let's see if I have it here. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is obviously a much longer knife. Don't like this one as much because it's just not as comfortable. With the longer the knife, it has more weight, better for cutting things like, say, watermelon. This knife will be better at cutting a watermelon than this one will. Not because of the knife itself, just because of its size. I mean, you got more length to work with there. But for most cooking, you're going to be doing a little more detailed tasks. So I like shorter knife. This is great. So with regards to holding it, really anywhere you're comfortable. I kind of hold it actually a little bit forward from the grip. I don't know, I just kind of feel like I have a little bit more cutting room. All depends on the task, though. I mean, you can hold it here. Obviously, wouldn't hold it here because that's really self-explanatory. With your other hand, almost any time you're cutting something, unless you're cutting, like, say I got an apple here, unless you had to cut like an apple where you have to really balance it, you'd hold it, kind of like here. But any other time, they call it kind of a claw. It's kind of going to make, you're almost making kind of this shape with your hand, if you can think about that. So, get a little closer here, but you kind of hold it really in just a way that's comfortable, but so that you curl your fingers in. I mean, multiple reasons for doing this. One, I mean, this is how you cut yourself. I mean, if you're holding it like this, boom, right on top of your hand, then you have a bad day. But this, what you can do, basically the idea is you're going to be, I mean, this is a horrible angle. Let's see what I can do for you here. Let's see. The idea is this kind of a motion. I'm trying to think of a better way to do it. But your fingers, the knife is going to rock along these knuckles right here. So maybe you can think about, gotta find a better way to use my camera here. But I mean, if you can see this, the knife's going to kind of run along the back of that knuckle there. It's going to keep you from getting cut. I mean, obviously you're not going to cut yourself too much there. And it'll also help you with guiding for more accurate cuts. Consistency makes things look nicer. Also, if your cuts are consistent, they'll cook at the same rate, which is really, really important if you're cooking like more than one thing. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how you cut stuff. I mean, just kind of get a rocking motion right here, and you're just not gonna be able to cut yourself because fingers are all nice and tucked back in this sort of a motion. And I mean, you can put your thumb almost anywhere, I'd say. I mean, obviously, not a chef yet. I don't know the professional standpoint on this, but just kind of do what's comfortable as long as your fingers are tucked in. So with regards to different kinds of cuts, I mean, obviously there's just your straight, just kind of chopping down, and you can do this however thin you want. I mean, you notice these are all almost exactly the same. This one's a little bit taller, but these two, 2 out of 3, very similar. As long as they're consistent. So I mean, you've got that. I mean, if you wanted to dice something, kind of make. I'm doing this wrong right now. I know. I just know it. But you kind of cut into kind of some equal, or at least hopefully equal, if you can keep it together. It's harder with a banana. It's kind of slippery. Equal sides, and then chop down. Basically, a lot of this is kind of just self-explanatory. You just kind of have to think it through. And then it's just the same motion. Again, with regards to dicing things, obviously you can see my thumb is out, kind of a more spread out technique, but still with the fingers tucked back. The reason for that is you got to keep everything kind of clumped together because it's not going to stay together like a solid banana will or a solid anything will. I mean, there's all sorts of kinds of cuts. I mean, you can cut at an angle. Give you just kind of a different look. I mean, if you compare these two, just kind of it's all aesthetics in this case. I mean, and I'm rambling now, obviously, but like, really, that's like the general basics of cutting, and that's the same for cutting almost anything. I'm going to come out with another video later about cutting herbs, because that's a bit different. Herbs, however you want to say it, little leafy plants. But yeah, I mean, in general, that's just kind of how it works. This is the big thing is comfortable. Be comfortable. You know, don't want to like hold this like, I don't know, death grip on this. Kind of just a rocking motion. Move your hand back. You kind of just like, you shouldn't be moving your knife to guide how close it is. That's what I'm trying to say. This hand's your guide. This hand's just cutting. You know. So hopefully that helps you guys all cut something. It's really just help if you just get out there and actually try. Get out there and actually practice it. To find out what's most comfortable for you. And I mean, the more you practice, the more identical you're gonna get things. I mean, I've been cutting stuff for a little while now, and I'm still kind of off in my sizes. But I mean, it's all just practice, and the practice makes perfect. Just be comfortable with how you're cutting. Keep your fingers out of the way, because, I mean, I don't know if you can see all the scars I got on here, but I've cut myself plenty of times, and it's no fun. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully that's helpful with regards to cutting stuff. Yeah, hopefully it'll speed up your cooking a little bit, get some delicious food out there that'll cook consistently. Same size, same cooking speed. Remember that. Alright, well, thanks guys. Appreciate your time. And you guys have a good day, alright? I'll hopefully be coming out with a new video soon. And until then, stay classy, in the words of Ron Burgundy.